welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol, and if you're new to my channel, you just found me, I want to welcome you. This is a brand new channel. It's about 6 months old, so pretty new. And if you're coming back for a second reading, I want to thank you for supporting me. In today's reading, we're going to be doing some inner child healing. And the inner child is a part of us that has been hidden away for years. And the inner child holds our belief systems, our memories, and all the big emotions that we had as a child that would have been, too big for us to handle. And so this inner child in us holds them. They're emotions like fear and shame and grief and hopelessness. So this unhealed part of us, our inner child, can cause a lot of problems if we don't pay attention to them. And they're that part of us that will cause us to seek, love in all the wrong places. They're the part of us that will attract people into our spaces that, will continue to abandon us or sabotage our goals. And it's just kind of left us going like, I don't understand, why are these patterns keep showing up in my life? And it's because we have unhealed parts of us, our inner children, that need to be healed. So it really is important that we make an effort to understand the needs of our inner child so that we can start to calm and lessen the intrusions that they're having in our daily life and all of our relationships, whether they be intimate relationships, people at work even, siblings, family members. And so we need to start to build this relationship with our inner child. And we do that by having a conversation with them, really, to start to find out, what do they need? What do they need to heal? Well, in order to heal, our inner children need to be listened to, they need to be heard, and they need to be understood. And they need you to make that known to them. So as you start to begin to build this relationship with them and begin to listen to them and understand what their needs are, it really is something that becomes an ultimate form of self-care for yourself, because you're meeting your own needs as you meet their needs. So, and it really makes you the priority in all of your relationships with everyone. And so let's begin this conversation with your inner child. Now, when I decided to sit down and, what decks could I use for this reading that would really make our inner children feel safe enough to come out and speak to us in this reading? And so I found a tarot deck that was a recent one that was that I purchased, and it's Radleigh Valentine's Animal Guides, because I thought that I wanted to pick a deck that had animals in it, because all little kids love animals, and so I wanted something that they could relate to. So I'm gonna start with that deck, and then I'm gonna clarify that with the Rider-Waite deck. And then I'm going to end with an oracle card, and it's going to be a spirit animal for us, right? So it'll be Colette Baron-Reid's spirit animal deck, which I love. And so it's really going to be focused around animals. And so in this reading, what we're going to do is first of all, we're going to ask your inner child, what does your inner child need right now? And then we're going to ask them and then we're going to look at, how is this affecting your daily life, your relationships right now? And then finally, we're going to look at, well, how can you help your inner child heal right now? And that's the important part, right? And then I'll end it with a couple videos for you from my other channel called Carol Cares. And those are going to be videos that are going to really get you going and on your way to starting to connect and build a relationship with your inner child. So let's get started with your reading, Aquarius. I'm going to ask first that the tarot gives me a card for what your inner child needs right now from you. So let's have one card, and I'll take one card only for what your inner child needs right now? What does Aquarius's inner... Oh, just going to turn this one over. Must have got mixed up here. Okay, let's go now. One card, please. All right. So you have the Five of Water, which is the Five of Cups. That is what your child... And that was the dragonfly. I'm sorry, the dragonfly. Yeah. Five of Cups. And how is this Five of Cups, this situation right here, affecting you and your relationships right now? So one card for that, how this is affecting Aquarius and their relationships. Maybe some patterns are showing up. What's going on here because of this inner child that needs healing? Five of Earth, 2 5s, and that's the Five of Pentacles. 2 5s tell me that there's some change here. And finally, how can you help your inner child? How can Aquarius help their inner child? What does Aquarius have to do to help this inner child? Okay, too many cards. Let's see. If one card comes in here. Okay, there we go. That was hard. The Queen of Earth, the Belgian hare you have, bunny for your inner child. Queen of Earth is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. All right, so we're going to ask for some clarification here from the Rider-Waite deck. And we're going to ask for 2 or 3 clarifiers for each. And we'll start off with, this Five of Water. I need to shuffle it one more. The Five of Cups. Can you tell me some more about this Five of Water? 2 or 3 cards, please, for this Five of Water. First one's the Queen of Pentacles. A couple more cards, please, for this Five of Water. Emperor. And one more. The Knight of Swords. Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles. Couple cards, 2 or 3. You have the Two of Cups. One's come up quite often in these readings I've been doing for inner child. Woo! Okay. I'm going to pick this one and this one. This one looks like it was the Hermit card and the Eight of Swords. Queen of Earth. Tell me more about the Queen of Earth. There's 1, 2, and let's see, I'll pick another one in a minute. Okay, Queen of Wands, and the Strength card, and one more here. See if one more wants to come out for our Belgian hare. Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles. Here we go. Ace of Swords. Okay. All right. So, what does your inner child need, Aquarius? Start off with the Five of Cups. Okay, the Five of Cups is a card about the 3 cups that are spilt, and there's 2 still standing. So this card speaks about somebody that has been really... the 5 speak about conflict, first of all. So there's really a lot of conflict here. Your inner child is sitting with a lot of hopelessness. And so, when you're younger and some things, a lot of chaos may be going on in your life, things didn't go a certain way, some trauma. We all have trauma on a continuum that can come with a lot of hopelessness on a child's, how a child views things. Because really, when you're a child and things happen that are traumatic experiences that happen in their life, and if they're not supported, if they're not validated, that's where our trauma comes in. And that's where we start to feel like we're very hopeless. And so I'm seeing here that your inner child is feeling hopeless. So, and that brings in sometimes a lot of unworthiness also. The Queen of Pentacles is a card that talks about the body. This is the Queen. She's the feminine aspect of herself. And she's very much in her body. She's very grounded. Very, very grounded. And so this has really affected your inner child in that because they have so much futility, it's been very hard for them to stay in their body because the Queen of Pentacles is in her body and that's where all our emotions are. But if you've experienced trauma as a child, these emotions like hopelessness are just way too big for you to handle at that time. You can't feel them. You're too so you just kind of internalize them, and they're in your body and they stay in your body. And a child that would have had really difficult trauma or a lot of big emotions like this hopelessness coming up would have very much like started to dissociate, where you start to go into your head because you don't want to go in your body because it's too painful there. And so I think your inner child was having a lot of time feeling this because it's a big emotion. And the Emperor card comes here, and Mr. Emperor, who's pretty stuck to his chair. He's almost like he's becoming cement. He's been there for a long time. He represents the rules of society. And, the rules of society says maybe it's not a good thing to feel. Feeling's dangerous. And so I'm wondering if your child was not supported in their emotions, was told not to feel, told that emotions were dangerous. And, these are kind of some things that you learn from society. Society, somehow along the way, you think of a little kid that would go to school out at recess and they need to cry for some reason. They hurt themselves or whatever. And they're called all kinds of names because they're crying or whatever. And that's a society thing where you learn that just crying isn't a good thing. Or, your caretakers could have told you that. And so, this sense of what happens is if you feel like you can't express yourself, express your emotions when you're younger, you can really feel hopeless because you can't express these emotions. And so why are you going to stay in your body? What? Because you can't feel. That it's meant for feeling, but you can't. Knight of Swords comes in, and this particular knight, all my knights in my deck are fighting for freedom. They want to be authentic. This particular knight is the one with the sword of authenticity. And your inner child, the truth of what happened, the truth of why they're feeling so hopeless wants to come out. This hopelessness, and you're going to feel this, I call it futility, but this despair, this futility, this hopelessness, this depression that your inner child is feeling, your inner child wants you to know about it. And they want to tell you the truth about why they have it. And so how is this affecting you? How is this affecting all your relationships? Well, the Five of Earth comes out. That's the five This is the Five of Pentacles. And, you know, I talked about this Five of Water, and I said, I think you might even feel some unworthiness with this, or depression, or futility. Sometimes unworthiness comes out, and this is exactly what this card is. This is the Five of Pentacles. This is my unworthiness card. This is my shame card. This is the picture of the Rider-Waite deck, where these individuals are walking by the church, and it's winter, and they don't have proper clothing or the boots on, and they don't feel worthy enough to go into the church. And this Five of Pentacles is really about just carrying around a lot of shame, carrying around a lot of unworthiness. And so, you know, your inner child, like I said, is carrying around this hopelessness. And because they have that in your adult life, you feel quite unworthy, and you're carrying around a lot of shame because of what happened to you when you were younger. This hopelessness that you felt so hopeless. Nobody was there to support you. The Two of Cups comes here, and the Two of Cups is a relationship card. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of a very intimate relationship, a healing relationship here. And so, how is this affecting your relationships? This is the beginning of an intimate relationship with yourself. And so, this is really, this situation, this child when you were younger, this inner child of yours that's feeling so hopeless and has all this shame, has really prevented you from having an intimate relationship or building an intimate relationship with you, because you've had that kind of clouded everything. It's just been so heavy. And so because you haven't been able to heal this younger part of you, you've carried that depression and that shame from your younger child into your adult life. Shame of who you are, right? And it's not the truth. This shame is shitty. Shame is not something we're born with. Shame is given to us. It's given to us. And so you have to remember that this shame that you're carrying about yourself, it's not something you were born with. Somebody gave this to you. And so it's not true. And so because you have not been able to establish this authentic relationship with yourself, or establish this, you know, of knowing who you really are, the Hermit card comes out, and you haven't really been able to go inwards and get back in your body and to feel those really big emotions and shine a light on your truth. Shine a light on your truth. And you haven't been able to do that, because when we're really in this Five of Pentacle energy, where we're very much in this Five of Waters, which is the Five of Cups, where you're very much focused on those three cups that you've spilled and that depression. So when we're in that depressive state, it's so difficult to try to do any sort of inner work, to try to go inwards and try to, you know, bring your life in a different direction, because it's you don't feel like it. You don't have the motivation to do it. That's what depression's all about. It's just like, I don't feel like it. I can't do it. So why are you going to, how can you even get yourself out of that depressive state when you can't feel it? You don't feel like doing it. And you're very much, as a last card here, feeling like you can't get out of this situation. Look at those swords in the background. Swords are about our mental energy. Swords are about all these belief systems right here that you've been told about yourself. You're stupid. you're unworthy, you're not worth it, you're a piece of shit, you're garbage. All those things back here. Those are all our mental energies, our mental thoughts that we tell ourselves. And when we feel this unworthy, when we have this much shame, we think we are all tied up. We think we can't get out of this. You are sitting in shame. You are sitting in depression. You are sitting in hopelessness right now. You're an adult. You can get out of this. When you were a child, you couldn't get out. And so what's happening here is your life is very much a mirror. What's happening right now is a mirror of what went on when you were a child. The futility, the depression that you're feeling right now, and I know you don't want to hear this, and this is what I had to be told in my own healing journey, when over and over and over again, and I didn't want to hear it, is that the hopelessness and the depression that you're feeling right now as an adult, it's not about now. You may think it is, but it's not about now. It's about when your inner child was younger. You're carrying this around still, and you need to heal this. When your younger you was very young, they had no control over what was happening to them. And that's why they became so hopeless. As an adult, you have control over your situation, and you can get out of this. You're not trapped. This woman is not trapped. She can walk away. Her feet aren't tied. And you see these stagnant, these are water's emotions. It's not moving. Water's supposed to flow. Emotions are supposed to flow in. We feel them, and they're supposed to flow out. In and out. These are stagnant. This is stagnant. It's stuck. This water's stuck. And so you need to feel that depression and that futility, and you need to write about it. You need to journal about how shitty you feel. And I'm going to leave you with some journaling videos at the end, so that you can start to get in touch with your emotions of, and that's the only way I get myself out of depression, is to journal about how I'm feeling. Because there's a part of you, an inner part of you, that feels this, and they need to have a voice. And then, so how can you help your inner child? This is the Queen of Earth. She's the feminine side to us. The Queen in my deck, we talked about the Queen of Pentacles at the beginning. She talked about the body, about being in your body. Your younger child didn't like to be in the body because it wasn't comfortable for them. They felt so hopeless. And you get the Queen of Pentacles again, who shows up. Your inner child needs to be in their body, wanted to be in their body. They're a child. And now, how can you help them? Well, you can help them by getting back in your body. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's the queen. She loves the body. She's here, right here. She loves the pentacle. She loves the body. She's very grounded, very grounded. I'm going to leave you with some grounding videos at the end, and then I'll teach you how to get back into your body. And so you can feel those feelings of hopelessness and really lean into them. And there's a lot of grief behind those, a lot of grief. So Queen of Earth is getting back into your body. Then you get the Queen of Wands. This is another aspect, another feminine aspect to ourselves. She's the one that talks about the creative wand, taking your life in a new direction, and where you want to go and what you want to do. And once you really get back into your body, start to journal from that depression, that feeling of hopelessness that you're feeling, and that's going to take you into a new direction. That's going to get you out of this trapped feeling that you're in right now. And the Strength card says, you have the strength. You have the strength. The Strength card is the one that says, you have the strength to go inwards. You have this. I know you don't feel it right now. When you're in this stuck position, you don't feel it. But this is a reminder that you have the strength. And you're going to feel a lot better once you start to get rid of this shit that's sitting in your body, this shame, this unworthiness. You're going to feel a lot better in your skin. And you have the strength here. And then you're going to start to, here's an offer from the universe. The ace is an offer from the universe. It's a gift. The gift that's going to come out of this is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is authenticity. It's who you really are. That's what's going to come out of this. You're going to start to find out who you really are. If you've spent a lot of your life going in and out of depression and feeling unworthy, and then finally when you start to deal with this stuff because your inner child wants you to grieve for them, wants you to listen to them and how they feel so hopeless, and you do that through journaling. And then you're going to start to find, you're going to take your life in a new direction, and you're going to start to find out who the hell you really are underneath all of this depression. So, let me leave you. I'll leave you with the two videos, the two playlists, journaling and grounding, and then I'll leave you with an oracle card to end this, Aquarius. Oh, we got 3 here. I just want 1. This one wants to come out. Oh, wow. Lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. Dream the world into being. Beautiful card for you. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream? To imagine what might be and who you might become. Imagine that. And this is what this Queen of Wands is. Taking your life in a new direction and becoming someone different than this individual that carries all of this shame. Lizard spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with spirit? Give in to the power of imagination, and soon your dream will become clear. The steps will reveal themselves, and it'll begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare and to dream big. Wow. Beautiful reading for you, Aquarius. Talk soon.